Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Let's continue our discussion with Connie and Stephanie. Tell us about A Girl and a Gun.
Well, I love A Girl and a Gun. I've been involved with the organization for about 5 years, and the organization is based in Texas. And a lady by the name of Juliana Crowder started it. And the first year that she had a conference, there were like 100 ladies that came to the conference. And I went to the first conference and had a table set up showing Barnes products and all of that stuff. And I fell in love with the camaraderie that they had. The women, it's just pretty much all women. And the whole idea behind A Girl and a Gun is women teaching women how to feel more comfortable with shooting all kinds of firearms, not just pistols, but shotguns, ARs, all kinds of different firearms. And so I thought I went to the conference that they had every year, and finally last year I started a chapter here in Utah. There are 92 chapters across the United States with over 5,000 members. And so we have meetings twice a month. Every chapter does have a meeting twice a month, and we can do our own agenda. We can just shoot just pistol, or we can shoot anything. We can just do anything we want, basically, with our own chapter, as long as it's very safe.
Fun meetings.
Yes, fun meetings.
Not just the type of meetings that we've been in all day.
Well, yeah. I mean, Stephanie come and taught us how to clean our guns, because that's very important to know how to clean your guns. And there's all kinds of different activities that we do with A Girl and a Gun. But basically, it's just a really great organization that just empowers women to feel comfortable about using their handguns. And so I help teach them how to use their handguns, and we go into shotguns and ARs and things like that. But my goal is to make them not feel like they're afraid to look at the pistol or to pick up the pistol and be ready to shoot it well and defend themselves when necessary.
Okay.
And so we push safety.
Good.
And women are very, very safety conscious.
Yes.
So in that regard, why are they so darn intimidating?
Because they can kill you.
Yes, and I think it's just and I think it's just the unknown, because I see a whole different person come out once they start getting comfortable with that pistol, and then it just flows. They're not afraid of it. I think it's just the unknown. They just don't pick it up, and they've been told, "Oh, that's awful, it's awful," and it's not awful.
They are
really
a bit
isn't.
intimidating, though, because you hear, the safety is on, is it off, and is there a bullet in the?
And there's a lot to remember.
Yes, there is a lot to know.
There's a lot to remember, especially with a semi-automatic. A revolver is much more simple, but a semi-automatic, there's a lot more things going on, and you have to have your head screwed on straight.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're not doing it very often, I've grown up around guns my whole life, but as I've got older, I do it less and less. So then when I am with one, I feel like I used to not be this nervous around
That muscle
guns.
memory goes away.
And that's the whole purpose of A Girl and a Gun, to get you out with your friends, your women friends, and shoot often, not just do it once every 10, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years. It's every month you get out. If you want to come twice a month, and you can even come more than that if you want. I'm more than willing to teach anybody one-on-one. The thing that really irks me about concealed carry, and especially in this state, you can get a concealed carry without knowing how to shoot a pistol. That irritates me.
All you do is go take a 4-hour class. You learn the laws and procedures, and that's that. There's no written test. There's no shooting test. Which is good and bad, because you do want to be trained. You do want to understand what you're getting into. Yeah. So there are pluses and minuses to that.
I had a lady message me because she's going to come to a class on Saturday, and she said, "I have my concealed carry, but I've never picked up a pistol." And I'm like, oh, there's something wrong with that picture. And it's like a really good scenario was, just because you have a guitar in your house doesn't make you a musician. Right. And the same thing, just because you have a concealed carry doesn't make you able to use your firearm if you have to or want to.
You said Utah, that's Utah's laws. Are other states different?
Yes.
They require shooting tests. You have to be able to get a certain amount of bullets in a certain place. So they do have written, they do have actual practical tests in other states. So.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite surprising.
I know Utah is like we said earlier, we're hunters and have guns.
So by knowing that, you would hope that the people who do, they get, and that they're more responsible. A lot of them do get their permits, knowing that they're going to get their permits, and then they're going to go out and they're going to familiarize. I haven't seen a lot of people just get their permits.
So this class a girl with a gun is a great opportunity for women out there who have their concealed weapons permit to come and shoot.
Definitely.
Perfect. Tell us, like, where is this held at? and how
Well,
can they
my
contact you?
chapter is in Mona, Utah, and I have my own shooting range, outdoor shooting range. We can shoot pistols, ARs, and shotguns. And then I have another place where, at my place, where we can actually throw clay pigeons and shoot clay pigeons, just shoot at clay pigeons. So I'm very lucky to have all of that at my disposal in the winter.
We're very lucky to utilize that, and that we have such a willing host, because a lot of hosts and ladies over chapters don't have access to these things, so
right.
you have to go and pay to get into an indoor range or an outdoor range, and she's very willing.
And
so
you're just
we're
volunteering
lucky.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, make the appointment to go to the indoor range, make sure you're not bothered by other people. It's really kind of difficult sometimes, but we go in the winter. I don't, it's too cold in the winter here, so we have to go to the indoor range, which is fine.
Right.
It's fine. But being outdoors, it's just makes a whole new, more comfortable feeling.
Right.
And I think the ladies feel a little more comfortable outside as well.
Okay.
Agreed.
So do the ladies in the northern end of the state come to you?
Actually, well, I have a friend coming from Ogden this Saturday, and I have about 5 or 6 ladies in Eagle Mountain that come, that drive about an hour and 15 minutes each way. I'm trying to get some other ladies up north to become they call it a facilitator, a person who's in charge of the chapter, and get more chapters up north, and hopefully get one down in the St. George area too.
Nice.
But the ladies have to be NRA basic handgun certified, and they have to be a range safety officer. So you just can't. You have to have those
Right.
credentials in order to even be accepted as a facilitator with a girl and a gun. So, and they are very, very conscious of how you are displaying your safety, how you're helping the ladies, and
They should be.
Yeah, they should be. And as far as I know, I have never heard of anyone having an accident in any one of the chapters across the United States. So, yeah.
Good. Stephanie, what kind of statistics have you heard recently that you'd like to share with us?
Well, so just the percentage of women in carrying has gone up over 240% in the last 10 years.
Wow.
So that's pretty significant.
That's
Ladies,
cool.
over 50% of
Wow.
women in America own their own firearm. So those are some pretty big numbers. It's in shooting sports and hunting. The amount of new hunters is much larger in women than men. So they're getting into that. They're getting into 3-gun sports. So they're becoming much more comfortable. And you see these groups, there's not just a girl and the gun. There are all sorts of shooting groups out there that women can join.
Yeah.
And they are just increasing significantly, because you have a friend that, I'd like to carry, but I don't really know any other girlfriends that do it. Hey, let me take you to this. And then it just, it continues to grow. I see more and more coming to our little posse down in Mona, and it's just the more women that do it, the more comfortable women are to do it.
Well, and since I've been in the industry since the early 70s, I've seen such a change. When I used to try to find hunting clothes, and I'd have to go to the boys department or whatever, or come up with some other kind of thing to wear while I was out hunting, and now it's just like commonplace.
It's
all of the
mainstream
industry
completely.
leaders,
Right,
all
right.
the industry people are gearing towards women, whatever it takes.
Wow, you are amazing women to know. Thank you so much for joining us today. That was really,
pleasure.
really awesome.
We could talk
Really?
for hours.
Another time, yes, do please come back.
Certainly.
Coming up next, a special treat, we will have a visit with Maddie Wilson.